My name is Pal Singh, and today we are going to talk about the strategic plan for the digital transformation in the Larsen & Toubro. As everyone knows, Larsen & Toubro, or we can say L&T, is one of the biggest construction company in India and also some of the major construction company in the world. It is established by the two Danish brothers whose names are Henning Holt Larsen and Søren Christian Toubro in 1938 in the Bombay, which is also called as the financial capital of India. Now, came to the overview of the company. They have a vision. Their vision is to mainly pursue the eco-friendly growth. The main problem is with the construction companies that they are quite creating pollutions in everywhere, whether it's any country. So their vision is to create less pollution and grow with the economically. Second, they want to contribute to the better world, to the better growth of the future. Then their promotion in the innovation of the company. L&T is a very big company and they are promoting many things, but they are lacking somewhere in the innovation in the company. Next, then we have the mission statement. Their mission is to fulfill the expectation of the stakeholders. L&T is the company which have many stakeholders, whether they are government, the common people, and the investors, and all the people. They had a very big expectation from this company. So their main mission is to fulfilling all the expectations from the stakeholders. Then to preserve the natural resources for future generations. Construction company consume so much natural resources that they need to save for the future generation. As everyone is growing very rapidly, so there is a need to save the resources for future generation. Then there is acceleration of the development. As everybody knows, India is one of the major growing countries in the world. So their main mission is to grow the country on that pace, which we can compete with the other developed nations. Then we came to the SWOT analysis of the company. First, we got the strength. So the main, one of the strengths of the Larsen & Toubro is they have the government projects. L&T has the major government projects of the India. For example, they develop the national highways of the country and other bigger stadiums for the cricket or other sports complex. And the others, they have also developed the Statue of the Unity for the country, which is one of the bigger monument in the country. And then they have subsidiaries and joint ventures. L&T has many major subsidiaries and joint ventures with foreign companies, with countries, whether it's in Europe or in United States or in any other countries. Then there is a highly skilled workforce. The construction is that place where everyone facing the shortage of the skilled labor, but L&T is a company which have the skilled labor and they also provide the education to the labor so they can get skills. Then they have great ROI. Because they are working on the government projects and they have very bigger projects, their return on investment is very high. They are developing own material. L&T always develop their own material. It's a very less time they have used any other products or any other company's material for their projects. And the works on the great monument. As I say, they had worked on the great monuments like one of the biggest cricket stadium, which is called as Modera, and the Statue of the Unity, which is a bigger monument. And then we come to the weaknesses of the company. They have less labor safety because less regulations by the government. There is a issue came in front of the people of the nation that they are not very quite safe for the labor, which is a quite major major area to improve. And then we came to the lack of new investment. L&T is a big company, and normally big companies have a good investment in the new technologies, but L&T didn't introduce new investment in the technologies. They are using their old equipments, or they are just getting from the outside from the company. And then we come to the less international products. L&T is mainly based on the national areas, so they have worked on the different international products, but they didn't get so much international products as one of the biggest companies should have. Then it came to the depend on domestic products as lack of the international products, they have to depend on the national products, which is given by mostly by the government. And then continuing shortage of the labor. Although India is a very big country with a more than population of 1.5 billion people, but there are, because people are shifting to different careers, they are facing the shortage of the labor. That's why they need to introduce some new technologies, increasing debt. Because they are working on different projects by the government, so they don't get payment at very fast, so their debts are increasing. That's why they need to work on them. And the low investment R&D, as I said, they are very low investment in research and development. Then we need the opportunities. They have the opportunities for the new technologies, like 3D printer in the construction, which is a good area to improve. And the new markets, they had to go to new markets. They had worked in different nations, but they need to go to the new markets. High chances of collaborations and mergers. As I say, there's one of the strengths is subsidiary and joint ventures, but they have a very big area to join with other companies. Like there are many big companies in China who has developed the 3D printer very well, and they work on very big projects with very successful rate. And then the cash flow of the country projects. So they are mainly depend on the cash for the country's projects. Then the threats, which are the quite serious issue for the company, they have a very high competition. Although there are many big competitors in India, like the Reliance company and the Tata company and many more other companies who had a very big technologies, who had a big money. So those companies are threat for the L&T company. Then we came at the increasing level of payments. So if they are working on a high level, so they need to pay them very fast to the labor. So the level of the payments which are increasing to the company is quite very high. Then the technical advantages of the company, like for say the many foreign companies, like in the construction companies in China and in the United States, they are very technical advanced from L&T. So they need to work on them. As for pressure from environmental bodies, because the construction company creates so much pollution, there is a constant pressure from the environmental bodies or the NGOs, so to keep the pollution low or to do something so that the natural resources would not be used at a very high rate. Then the environmental disturbance, as that's why because of the environmental disturbance. And then strict action from the government. Few years back, the government took a strict action on the L&T because they are creating so much pollution, so they put some prohibitions on the company. Then we come the strategic plan. So it's include three things: where are we now, where are we going, and how will we get there. The first, where are we now? The current position of the company is they have very skilled labor, but they are lacking in the very skilled labor who can do the engineers or the very well educated construction workers. And they don't have a 3D printers for the construction. That's why they need to develop them. Or as we have discussed before, there are lack of R&D for the concrete materials. Then we have our goals. Our goal is to create a new 3D printer by themselves for the digital disruption. Then we need to introduce the digital disruption in the company. And how will we get there? So our main target is to create that technology by acquiring them from outside. Firstly, the company has made one very successful project in India by using the cobots company's BOD2 3D printer for the construction of the building of a ground plus one story building, which is a quite very successful project of the company. So then the competitive advantage. So they have a very major competitive advantage from others. They are strong market positions because it's one of the biggest companies. They are experienced. It was established in 1938. They are experienced, self-reliance, and major subsidiaries. And then we go smart goals. When we get into smart goals, there are two main goals, which are creating 3D products and having too much development of the new material. the communication plan. So they use the different communication ways to communicate with our stakeholders, like press releases and social media, annual general meetings, and etc. Then we come to accountable resources. So mainly the accountable of the board of directors are accountable to the strategic supervision. Executive managers are accountable, and strategic business units and their managers are accountable. Then we come to the review of the progress. So we will review the progress with their key performance indicators, which are reduced time of the project. As everybody knows, the time will be reduced with the 3D printers, and then reduced cost of the overall project, having more international projects, or customer satisfaction, which is a very good thing. And then we came.
I'm going to stop with there because you've exceeded the time limit by 1 minute already.
So
we're on the last slide already.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Okay.
So
to conclude.
I'm going to stop you there. Sorry.
So.
Just one quick question about your business strategy model that you didn't mention in your presentation.
We are using the issue-based model for this, so that we get the direct how to achieve our goals by introducing the new printers, new 3D printers in the company, which will be decrease the time for the completion of the project, and then reduce the cost of the project by 40%.
Thank you.